The infection which sparked Melbourne's latest outbreak was caused by aerosol spread of the virus in hotel quarantine in Adelaide. The latest in a series of outbreaks caused by poor ventilation in hotel quarantine. Given the Prime Minister's refusal to create a safe national quarantine system, why has the Prime Minister failed to implement strong national standards on ventilation to prevent these repeated outbreaks from hotel quarantine?
Members of my left, the Prime Minister has the call.
Well, I don't accept the assertions made by the member in posing that question, Mr. Speaker. The matters involving the source of this latest infection, Mr. Speaker, have been considered by the South Australian state government, and I note that, Mr. Speaker, they've just noted that their protocols were followed. Mr. Speaker, I also note that the recommendations that were provided by the Halton Review to establish a national facility, Mr. Speaker, were adopted by National Cabinet and in particular by the Commonwealth Government, and the facility at Howard Springs at the cost of some $500 million, which I'm advised, to pick up on a question that was asked yesterday, Mr. Speaker, their capacity will be at 2,000. Their capacity will be at 2,000, Mr. Speaker, this month. That capacity won't be realised for some time yet in terms of the number of people there. But that capacity, Mr. Speaker, has been reached to go from 850 to 2,000, Mr. Speaker. That was the recommendation of the review into national quarantine facilities around the country. The member will be aware that a number of weeks ago, the Victorian Government put forward what I think is a very favourable proposal, Mr. Speaker, and one of the important things about that proposal, Mr. Speaker, is it does not propose that hotel quarantine, Mr. Speaker, be discontinued. It says, Mr. Speaker, that this facility be put in place in addition to hotel quarantine facilities, Mr. Speaker.
But I also think we're at a moment where the social media platforms have to step forward and recognize the moment to assert that they're a technology platform and not a broadcaster is over. They, in fact, have to be a participant in broadcasting accurate information and partnering with the scientific and health communities to counterweight, if not flood the zone, of accurate information.
Flood good information. Okay, others, yeah, Jane?
Yeah, so can I agree with that? And my fact, it did come from the Edelman Trust Index, you'll be pleased to know, but also borne out by the work I've done as a CEO in my time. Can I also add that I think there are real technology opportunities here. I personally do not believe that trying to shut things down in terms of information is either practical or desirable. And we do have, I think, a couple of strategies that are available to us, one of which is the flood strategy, second of which is relying and informing and equipping trusted sources of information with the facts so they can then pass that on. But we also need to actually think about a technological answer to this. So there is work that's being done to actually create algorithms to sift through information on these kind of social media platforms. And I know that the Gates Foundation and others are funding organisations to work on things like this in order that people can actually have more confidence in the sources that they will use in any event. So I think both a detailed solution working with individuals, but then also thinking about technology is something we have to do.
And we will have enormous amounts of data, but what's the message for the public? It's safe, it's effective, it will help protect you, but it will also help protect your mum and dad, your grandparents, your nonna, all of Australia.
Get on with this. Head of the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness, Jane Halton, joins us now from Melbourne. Jane, good morning to you. Vaccine passports, a good idea?
Well, I think it's a great idea, being able to have an easy record on your phone of whether or not you've been vaccinated. Also to tell you what vaccine you had, I think is a fantastic initiative. And the Service New South Wales app, which of course about 4 million people have downloaded,